Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, hitting you off with a studio production video where you know this is your channel, where all gamers' voices are heard. With your boy Jay, always dropping the word. Keeping them other gaming YouTubers like, what you heard? And where you always know, we always keep it all the way real. So what's up, everybody? I just want to thank you all for checking out what you guys think. But it's I will just throw out a disclaimer right off the back and just say that these things out that I'm going to talk about in this video, first of all, is my personal opinions, but also it's, to be understand that, all these things are just things that are just truths about the matter, and when it comes to my life and friends and family and people I know and many of the gamers I've talked to or known or gamed with throughout the years, man. And it's just based on those experiences and what I've seen in the gaming community, the hate I've seen, the love I've seen, it goes all over. And if you are one of those hardcore fanboys, then, hey, raise your hand and say that's what you is. It's all good. For me, there's no hate for you, but I'm just keeping it real and saying it like it is. So, man, that's my disclaimer on that. And basically, man, what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to go ahead and name of course, I'm talking about the Xbox fanboys, the PlayStation fanboys, and PC fanboys. And I'm going to name off from starting with the least terrible to the most terrible hardcore fanboys. And y'all might think this is a little biased that I say who is the least terrible is Xbox fanboys. But I'm going to break down and make my case for it, why I think they're the least terrible. Then I'm going to go to the second least, or the second worst, and then the very worst. So in my opinion, it's the Xbox gamers, the fanboys. And of course, when I say fanboys, I just mean people who are just loyal to a brand. They're just, it's not even about so much about facts. It's just about they're just loyal to a brand, and you can't say nothing to them because they're all about the brand, as opposed to, okay, the facts of the matter when it comes to the games and when it comes to the facts of the hardware. But they can like other consoles. No, I'm not talking about people like that. I'm talking about people just solely stuck on whatever piece of plastic they care about, and that's all they think about or want to know. And when it comes to the fanboys, the reason why Xbox fanboys, I think they're the worst because the least worst, because when you talk to them, and I've talked to plenty of them, and I've seen, how they talk to PS4 guys or PC guys. One thing I noticed they'll do is if you hit them with a fact about something, they'll argue with you a little bit, but they'll still admit that fact. They won't just be like starch, won't admit it at all, never will. Now, it depends on what it is, obviously. If it's some other things, maybe they still will be like, no matter what, they won't admit it. But overall, they're a lot more reasonable, and they're not as toxic. They usually stay in their own corner. Typically, now of course there's outliners. Everything I'm saying, there's always going to be outliners to everything I'm saying, but typically Xbox hardcore fanboy will usually stay in their own corner. And what I mean by that is you typically won't see them really trolling and just fucking with a lot. Now of course there's Xbox fanboys that does this, but I just mean in general. You won't see it as much when it comes to the Xbox community, that they're just really this hardcore trolling PS4 sites and fucking with PS4 people or PC people. They typically they kind of stay in their own corner and do their own thing and don't really harm people. They just like, if you're about Xbox, you mess with them. If you're not, you don't mess with them, and they ain't gonna really mess with you. They kind of keep it cool, and they'll admit things, for the most part, not everything, but they'll admit some things that if you hit them with facts, they'll say, yeah, that's true, but then they'll hit you back with something else, and it's going to be an uphill battle with them, because of course they're going to still always be loyal to Xbox, but at the same time, they're more or less reasonable, and also they're just not just going to be going to your site, attacking you and just messing with you. Now, of course, like I said, there's always outliners, there's always Xbox fanboys that will do that, but I'm saying in general, overall, you don't get a whole lot of that when it comes to Xbox fanboys. They usually kind of stay to themselves and stay in their own corner, and they're usually more comfortable with, you know, with the community of people who are like for Xbox. So, and that's what I would say. And another thing that they're like is that, you know, a lot of times when it comes to, you know, things like that are double standards when it comes to PlayStation, you won't see a lot of them really call that out all day and rub it in your face all day and every day and be doing it for years. Years and years on end. They'll kind of like have their first initial response where they're happy about it and rubbing it in either PlayStation or PC guys' face, whatever the topic of the day is that they feel like Xbox gotta win. Yeah, they'll do it, but then that'll be pretty much it. It won't be, they'll be doing it for years and years and years and years on end. It's kind of like they'll move on to the next thing. So that's what I, you know, would, that's why I would put them in the category of they're the least toxic, you know, because they're just mostly stay to themselves, and, you know, they will, you know, after a little pushing, they'll admit facts about things. Still, of course, it depends on what it is, but they will at least do it. You know, and they don't keep on with the same things over and over and over again, year after year after year. Now, of course, if it's an issue that keeps continuing or keeps on rearing its other head, like some things with PlayStation sometimes does, well, yeah, they might keep bringing it up just because it's something that's a current thing that still keeps happening. But other than that, if it's something years ago or whatever, and it's a double standard, they just leave it alone and move on. So that's that. So now that's the first level. Now I'm gonna get on to the what is the second worst and most toxic, and I would have to say that would be PlayStation guys, PlayStation hardcore fanboys, and I will say that because one thing about them, and trust me, I've went back and forth with them at GameStop, you know, everywhere, all types of different places, man. I can tell you straight up from talking to them, many of them, that they won't admit anything. They will not admit, I mean, things like Sony being anti-consumer when it comes to gamers. They won't admit it. They won't even admit that it's anti-consumer. No matter what you say, they just won't admit it. It could be a fact. You're showing it right there in their face. They won't admit it. Won't admit it. Never won't admit it. Won't never say they admit it, that, oh, it's true. And they'll just keep arguing with you over and over again. They'll make up shit, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. They just, whatever it was, whatever you saying, they just want to admit it just by, shoot, I just don't want to say that whatever you saying is true, no matter if it's the truth or not. And that's what I noticed from them. I also noticed that they're very insecure about their purchases. Like, if you look at Xbox guys, you know, we happy with the stuff that we got because we get what we want. When we ask for things, Microsoft responds. We can talk to Phil and address our, you know, our concerns, and Phil will actually answer us back and talk to us. You don't get none of that on the PlayStation side, dude. Those guys are not getting that, so they're not getting that attention. A lot of things they want, they really do want, they're just not getting, and Sony's like, we ain't giving you crap, and you just gonna take it. And I think there's a lot of insecurities about that, and a lot of PlayStation guys, you will find that they will be very just insecure about those things. So of course I'm talking about hardcore fanboy, PlayStation fanboys. Now when it comes to regular pro PlayStation people, they're not like that, obviously. So keep in mind, this is hardcore PlayStation fanboys. They just won't admit anything that the company's doing is wrong. Like all the anti-gamer, from crossplay to backwards compatibility to just the way they don't really respond or talk to. I mean, Yoshida didn't even show up at the E3, the last E3 show. That's how much respect that he had for the gamers. Didn't even show up for him. So that, you know, it's like they won't respond to that. Like one of his last fanboys I talked to, when I brung up about the E3, he had the nerve to tell me that, oh well, you know, Sony didn't care about the E3. They ain't worrying about that. They moved, and I'm thinking, okay, so since Sony didn't care about it, I guess no gamer should care about it. So you're telling me because Sony just didn't care about it, fuck all the gamers. Nobody should care. No gamer should care either. The gaming industry as a whole shouldn't care. It's like that, but that's how you know, how brainwashed, you know, fanboys really are. And I'm talking about, that's for Xbox, hardcore Xbox fanboys too. But the only difference with Xbox hardcore fanboys is at least Microsoft is actually listening to them as gamers. You're not getting that on the PlayStation side. So it's really a sad, you know, it's really a sad events for PlayStation, hardcore PlayStation guys, because they're the company that they're fucking with, they don't care about you and they're not listening to you. So when you're a hardcore fanboy, it's even worse for you, because you really got to deny a lot of stuff. You got to be in denial about a lot of stuff. Like, is Sony actually listening to you? Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. You got to sit there and really believe that shit, even though you know they ain't listening to you. Even though you know they ain't paying attention to what you want and giving you what you want. You got to sit there and act like they do. So I really feel sorry for those guys, because you know, you have to deny a lot of stuff. I mean, there's guys, there's hardcore fanboys, Sony PS fanboys that are still denying the power of the X. You know, trying to pass it off that it's just fake 4K. It's you know, they'll say whatever. They'll just make up whatever they want. You know what I mean? To try to downplay it and try to make themselves feel good and try to make, you know, and it's just really sad, because it's really just, you know, that's why it pisses me off about Sony, because really they have a lot of loyal fans that it would be nice if Sony would honor those people and make sure that they could actually have something to be proud about and be happy about. You know what I mean? But Sony, this time and time again, just keeps dropping the ball and just keeps taking their fans for granted. And that's the thing that really bothers me about it. And it's just really sad when you really think about it. That's why I don't really get mad at the Sony fanboys. I just feel sorry for them, because the Sony's just not doing right by them. You know what I mean? And they feel they really have to defend themselves. Now, on some issues, that's been on the Xbox side too. Like, for instance, the Xbox not being on par when it comes to the PS4 power, its specs. I feel that day one it should have had, if not the same specs, be more powerful than the PS4. And a lot of Xbox fanboys, they railed on and on about that, and they were upset about that. And you know, for me personally, it was one of those things where, you know, you get a little bit of that on the hardcore Xbox fanboys too. But I think the difference is at least the company is listening to them, so they don't have as many grievances, because at least the company, Microsoft, is listening to them. But for the PlayStation, they don't have that. So you get these guys that are on the PlayStation side that is really angry, really just trying to validate the purchase, and it's just that type of thing. So it's just really extremely toxic. So yeah, that's my opinion on that, and that's what I see when it comes to the Xbox or the PlayStation side. When it comes to their hardcore fanboys, I see them as being the middle ground, as, you know, first, you know, being the middle ground as the worst toxic. Now, for the number one most toxic gamers, hardcore fanboy gamers, I gotta say it's PC gamers. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, PC guys, man. I'm just saying, dog. Like, it's just, this is, I mean, people, and now this is my opinion, you might agree differently, but the PC guys, man, they on a whole nother planet, dog, with theirs, dude. It's just like I can't tell you how many times I've seen games that don't have nothing to do with PC, dog. Nothing to do with PC, like straight up games that just, you'll be like, really? Why would PC guys even be saying anything about this? Why would it, you know? But they'll be on there, oh, PC Master Race, so PC's the best. Like, oh, this would be better if it was on PC. It's like, okay, we get it. But like, what I don't understand about these guys is like, okay, look, we are console gamers, bruh. We're not PC gamers. So yeah, you can get it on PC, but nobody's buying it on PC. Hello, like, no, console gamers ain't. Oh wow, this game would look much better on PC. So let me go ahead and go buy a $1,000 rig so I can just, you know, play it on PC. Like, no console gamers thinking that, bruh. Like, they might think to themselves, I wonder what it would be like to have a PC. That might be a thought. That's fine. But actually doing that, building one and going through all that BS to do it, not so much. Especially if you're a console guy. That's the whole point of being a console guy. You don't want to deal with all that hassle. Like, that's the whole point. So it's like PC guys, yeah, you're great. Yeah, you could have the top specs and do all that, but okay, that's fine. But hello, you're talking to console gamers. They're not into none of that. You know what I mean? Like they're into simplicity, okay? Say it with me. Simplicity. They're just they don't want to pop the damn thing in and play it, okay? They don't want to deal with fucking around with a bunch of settings and optimizing it and doing all that bullshit. They don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to understand who the audience of people you're talking to. Understand that there are demographics for each of these products, and these products have their own fan base and their own consumers that are based on those products. It doesn't automatically, you can't automatically change that just because a particular game would look better on PC. It just doesn't work that way. So it's just like, it always baffles my minds when these guys really, these PC guys just really go after console guys. It's like, really, come on, PC. You know, hardcore PC fans, just say it with me. Console guys are not even in your league. You're in a different league. So that's fine, man. Even though the truth is a lot of you guys don't got those top-notch rigs, that's fine. It's still PC. So if you ever wanted to upgrade your PC and get a higher performance graphic, GPU and CPU, and increase your RAM, you can do that with a PC, no problem. You can always upgrade it, and we get that too. But the fact is, it has nothing to do with console, man. So it's always funny when I see how toxic these PC guys is, man. Always saying it's better on PC. That's fine. And then always talking crap. Oh, you ain't really gaming unless you're on PC. It's like, okay, that's for you. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna argue with you. You can play it on your PC, enjoy it, but I don't know why you gotta hate on anybody else. Like, just enjoy it on your PC. If you got it, great. So yeah, that's what I would have to say about that. And of course, like, again, I'm only talking about the hardcore PC fanboys. Most of the fan PC guys, they're cool. You know what I mean? They're nonchalant because they're not really trying to show out for anything. They're not really trying to, they already know, hey, they can upgrade their rig anytime they want. They ain't tripping. It ain't a big deal. Now that's what I would say. A lot of PC guys are really just like that. And if you're one of them, you know who you are. At the end of the day, now that's what I would say would be the most toxic. But at the end of the day, we all have to realize that and that's what can bring us all together. For me personally, I hate this whole thing where, okay, you're this person, I'm on team this person, now I need to be against you. It's like, if you really think about it, if we are against each other as gamers, then we defeat our whole purpose of what we are. You know what I mean? It's just like, we're only hurting our own selves, like our image as gamers in general, when you have a lot of this infighting, because at the end of the day, we all are just passionate about video games, and that's something we all share, no matter what team you think you on or what piece of plastic you prefer best. At the end of the day, we're all gamers, and that should be something that unite us, not divide us. And that's what I would like to see. Guys, just like, no matter what your preferences are or whatever, man, just enjoy your gaming and just be passionate about the gaming industry and about moving the gaming industry forward as a whole. Whether if that's going to be PlayStation today and then Xbox tomorrow doing that, or whether if it's going to be PC the day after, whichever platform is doing it, I think gamers in general should just be excited and be open-minded to the fact that that's what we want to see. We want to see the gaming industry grow. We want to see it be improved, and we want to see our games, be the best that they can possibly be. And that's what we should be uniting together as gamers to do. And that's what I'm all for. And that's what this channel is all about. So yeah, man, at the end of the day, it's all about us as gamers and just us coming together and sharing a passion that we all love. And that's video games, man, at the end of the day. So yeah, man, that's pretty much my video on that. I want you guys to go ahead and hit me up in the comment box. Tell me what you think. I mean, give me your opinion. Tell me what you think the worst toxic is. Give me the order. Who's the least toxic, the middle, and the worst? You know, give me your opinion. Tell me what you think. All right, man. Until the next time. This is Jay. I'm always keeping it real, and I'm gone.